guys, welcome back to the AmeriLife Academy podcast. Today we have our favorite J-Mo, Jen Morrison. She is with Elevance. This is our second podcast together. Thank you so much for being a dedicated guest.
Thank you for inviting me and including me in this opportunity. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to be here as always. So.
Absolutely. Well, first I think we have to say happy AEP.
Happy AEP, yes.
What are we 5 days in? Wow.
Yes.
It already feels like 20.
It does. But the excitement is just so, it's just electric, you know, and it's just really fun to watch the growth. So it's a good time.
It's exciting. Yeah. So 5 days in, we know that you guys did some new names with the plans. Have you had any feedback on how the agents are experiencing that? Do they like it? Do they love it? What's going on?
So a lot of things happening in under our Elevance umbrella. So our existing brand called AmeriGroup, we are rebranding that to WellPoint. Those communications did start in September with the members, providers, all of that. So far, the adherence or the conversion has gone really, really well. The member materials have been well received.
Okay.
So I feel like we're going to have some continued opportunity with that rebranding. It's just going to be the education and re-education of, you know, the differential there. But
just got to get used to it.
Yeah,
it's really all
it's been really positive. And I think it's going to give us the opportunity to really come together with a national purview in all of our AmeriGroup states and give some more consistency across the board.
Awesome, awesome. Now, speaking of the plans, what are some hot spots? I know we talked about some before, but now that it's AEP, what can you divulge on? What can you share?
So we are seeing explosive growth in a lot of our central region states, but I would say some of our biggest focuses this year are Indiana and Virginia. Indiana has some great opportunity just with our DSNP, with our HMO and PPO expansions. And then in Virginia specifically, we have some significant opportunity just with the enhancement of some of our extra benefits and how that puts us against the competition. So we've really seen some growth there.
So what would you say is different from 2023 to 2024 in those enhanced essential extras?
Absolutely. So the big shift there was that we streamlined it to 5 options for the member, but we embedded a lot of OTC and grocery into our MAPD plans. And so now that member has a combined allowance where they've got the embedded grocery or the embedded OTC, but then they can also select grocery, transportation, assisted devices, so on and so forth from their essential extras. So truly, you know, when you combine either the grocery benefit or the OTC, those combined allowances are really helping us to reach a larger population, I think, and meet a lot more needs.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Now, I did hear a little something about Florida having a 5-star plan.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. So our Florida brands, in Florida, we are multi-brand, so we are Simply, AFC, and then Health Sun. Simply this year, though, we did get a 5-star on our plan, so that is going to really shift some opportunity for us in the state of Florida. And I think it just validates the work that we've been doing, the excitement, and it really kind of helps to, you know, show what we're trying to do as an organization, which is to continue to improve, invest in the health of our members, you know, and help the agent and member experience continue to improve.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I do have, it's kind of like a sidebar question.
Okay.
It's not really product specific, but I think important for agents to know, especially when it comes to their contracting process with Elevance. So when they do their certifications for Anthem, what else does that cover?
So when they do their certifications for Anthem,
Elevance. I'm sorry.
Elevance, that's right. So Elevance, and then in our markets, our selling brands were Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and then WellPoint. But then in Florida, we're Simply, AFC, and Health Sun. But what were, I'm so sorry.
Certifications.
So when you certify with Anthem, then you're also going to be able to certify with WellPoint. That certification is going to come through, as well as Simply. The AFC and Optimum certification would apply as well, but there's an additional step that the agent has to take to get that information to the correct area.
Okay, perfect. I know that's something that I've been trying to share with some of the agents because
Yes.
there's always that that little hurdle, a disconnect, but it's always good to share so they are aware of that.
100%.
Now, I know for AEP, what we do here at AmeriLife is we have our partners, our carrier partners we work with, you guys put on food trucks for us.
Yes.
So I think, what did we have today?
So today we're having street tacos and pizza.
And then you're also going to be judging our spirit contest.
Is it, or dress contest?
Like the best spirit week.
Yes.
Where Elevance, we have something special for you at AmeriLife.
I'm so excited. It's so nice to see just the growth and the engagement and the excitement around the plans and the opportunity. And it's just been so fun to connect with so many people on a deeper level to help them.
Well, it's nice
really
too because you
grow.
get to be out there while we're getting the food, and you get to talk to everybody and like put faces to names that you help assist and work with, you know, with our agencies and our individual agents that we need assistance
100%.
with. So we've already spoken about Indiana and Virginia. So being that we're national, where have you seen other states having success and growth with their business with Elevance?
So for us, we have about 6 states in which 3/4 of our business for AEP is probably going to come from. And we did already talk about Indiana and Virginia, but then we've also got California, Ohio, Kentucky, and Georgia to consider. So those 6 states total, we expect to see some pretty significant growth. What enhancements that are helping to bring some of that growth across all of our markets, but especially in our central region, there was a big investment into our formulary. And so as we move into 2024, we'll actually have 50% of the top drugs at a zero copay, whereas for the year 2023, we've only had about 17% of the top drugs at a $0 copay. So that shift in and of itself is going to demonstrate a huge opportunity for the member, for the agent to come in and hopefully show the member some savings. Additionally, we've got one benefit card for our extras that I think is going to really have an impact as well. But those are 2 of the bigger things that are going to have some stimulation in the
with
market.
that one card, what benefits are like tied into that?
Great question. So it's tied to our essential extras, and we offer the member 5 different benefits to choose from. Another enhancement that we've added, just embedded into our plan to help complement the essential extra, is OTC and grocery. So some of our plans, depending on the market, will have a grocery benefit, and then the member has 5 essential extras that they can choose from. One of those is grocery, one of those is assistive devices, one of those is transportation. So the member does have some flexibility in that. But let's say that they choose a grocery benefit. They've already got grocery embedded on their plan. So that combined allowance is going to give them a greater total. But what's nice is that we have one debit card. The member doesn't have multiple cards for OTC or grocery or what have you. And then the technology on the card has purse technology, where there's an individual purse for each account type activity that it would pull from. So just a more seamless, streamlined experience for the member.
Makes it less confusing.
Much
Which
less.
card do I need to use? It's just a simple swipe, and then it takes from that account that benefit is loaded into. Okay.
And just secondarily, I want to mention that with the grocery benefit, we've really enhanced our retail network. So, in Florida, Georgia, Virginia, Florida is another great state of opportunity for us as well. But a lot of grocery retail expansions here that have been really meaningful.
Any in particular?
Winn-Dixie, I think, has been a pretty big deal down here. And then a hold, which is like in Texas, that's been a big win for us. So we've seen some significant growth, and it's been really nice to have those options for the members.
Okay, so I heard a little birdie, something about a hearing aid.
Yes.
What's
I
that
love
about?
That. I love that you heard a bird, because that's exactly what we use.
Oh my
these
God, what a
hearing
play
aids
on
for.
words. What a
right?
pun. I heard a
love
bird about a
it.
hearing
It's
aid.
So cute.
I just got it.
So hearing is obviously a huge concern for members. I mean, even at my age, I feel like my hearing is not what it used to be, or maybe it's just selective hearing. But it's a huge deal for members, and we already have a robust benefit on our MAPD plans. It's a $3,000 annual benefit the member gets every year, so it's a pretty nice allowance, but they do have to use Hearing Care Solutions, our vendor, and schedule through, their robust network. But a lot of members don't want to go to an ophthalmologist or ophthalmologist. They don't want to have to do all of that, because maybe they don't even want to admit that they really have hearing loss. So we're starting to cover OTC hearing aids in 2024. And so I think it's really going to shift the opportunity for the member to take like these baby steps towards improving their life. And little things like that, I mean, that's not a little thing.
No, it's big. It's scary to them, Like
it really is.
When you notice your eyesight's changing, your hearing's changing, it's like, it's almost like you don't want to acknowledge it
yes.
because it's
Let's
if it's not there. But I love those baby steps, those small enhancements that make it a little less painful for them to get that additional, I guess, things to better support their health, to better longevity, better quality of life. I mean, I don't think people want to go walking around not hearing anything.
Well, maybe sometimes. No, I'm kidding. But no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, and then on top of that, when you think about dental, we've also got, or vision, hearing. We've also got our dental, which we've really invested in for 2024 as well. So, big vision. Hearing benefit with a OTC hearing aid, but then on the dental component, we've increased a lot of those allowances. We are still covering implants and dentures under our plans, and so that in and of itself, I think, will offer, the member more access to care and first dollar coverage, which is, I think, a big deal for members. There's just a ton of correlation between oral health and heart health and all of it. So, making sure that we're touching the member in that capacity definitely, helps as well.
That's exciting. Well, I have to say, I'm really excited to see the success that 2024 brings for Elevance, and to see the new growth and the new names and all of the changes, and just to see how these members can really, add some quality to their lives through these benefits. So thank you so much for sitting with us and going over these really important details that are going to be awesome to share with the agents out there that can hopefully help better support their sales and their members. So
Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate you.
Yes. Happy AEP.
Happy AEP.